Good morning, guys. The time is 7:43 a.m. and we've kicked off the working day. I'm just on my way to pick up a job in Dulwich. It's a very short one and it's an executive. Friday is actually my favorite day of the week to work because I don't work weekends, and it's very important when doing a job like this that you balance your work and life to the point where you can keep a good level of mental health. So in today's video, what we're going to be doing is I'm going to be doing a challenge, and that challenge is I'm not allowed to work in the zone. If you're thinking of becoming an Uber driver, you just do not want to pay that. It's an added expense that you don't want. So what I'm going to see today is how long it takes me to reach my target, hourly rates, while avoiding going into the zone. The fact that I've done so many other videos, Uber only, going inside the zone, I think that's a good barometer to test whether or not it's a necessity as an Uber driver to go in the zone if you want to earn a decent amount of cash. If you're interested to see how the day works out, stay tuned until the end of the video. So to be honest, I don't know whether it's just because I love going in the zone, but it does feel, I don't know, something feels a little bit slower. But I've just received one that has taken me from near the Norwood region into Brixton, and Brixton can be quite busy, so I'm hopeful that when we get there we can boost up our earnings even more. Alright, so currently in Brixton, and I've just received my third trip of the day, taking me from the Brixton area to, I think, South Camberwell. It's not that good of a trip, but I'm quite inexperienced when it comes to not going into the zone, so I don't know what trips I should take, what trips I shouldn't. So just received our fourth trip of the day, which is taking us from Camberwell to the SW20 area, which is basically in Merton. So I'm going to crack on with this. It's not particularly an attractive job, but I'm just going to take it and hopefully we get lucky. So I'm on my way to my fifth trip of the day. So far it's been okay. The only thing is I accepted this trip quickly, so I'm not exactly sure if it's worth it or not. Time wise it was worth it, but I feel like I might have seen quite a lot of miles to complete it. I'm currently in the Cobham area. We've just completed that last trip. It was a weird one because it was 17 miles to complete, but it was a very short duration. So I'm kind of in two minds as to whether that was a good job or not. I'm hoping that we can get something in and around this area, but I'm not optimistic. So I'm gonna give it about 5 or 10 minutes and then I'm gonna head down the A3 and hopefully be able to pick up a job. So we're getting closer in to central London and now jobs are coming in. One of the trips was from Putney to Knightsbridge, but I didn't fancy it. Hopefully I don't regret it. I reckon because we're getting closer in, we should get a good trip soon, hopefully. Okay guys, so we're in business. I've just received a trip from near the Wimbledon area, taking us to the Tooting area. It's paying quite well for the distance we're traveling, but it is taking me 7 minutes to get there. Trip number 6 completed, and we've now cracked the first £100 of the day, which I'm quite pleased with. So we've just received another trip request, which is going to the Battersea area, and to be honest, this is the time I usually like to get something to eat, so I was close to turning it down. However, Battersea, there is somewhere I could think of where I could get something relatively healthy to eat. So I'm going to take this from the Tooting area to the Battersea area, then going to get a lunch break in, and then we're going to attempt to hit the £200 mark for the day, ideally before 3:30 p.m, while avoiding the zone. I just stopped off to get something to eat. I'll just show you some of the stuff I got, because I feel like things that help me stay motivated, healthy and fit is the stuff that I eat. It's only right that I show you what I got. So I've just got a job coming, so I'll quickly show you. Organic blanched almonds, organic cashew nuts, organic activated pistachio nuts, organic bananas, and some active pH water. So anyway, gonna crack on with this job that just came through. It's taking me from Clapham Junction Station to, I believe, to Clapham Common or to Clapham Common or to Stockwell. So I'm gonna crack on with this, and yeah, let's continue with the day before I pick up this following trip. It's a 10-minute drive away, but I've taken it because I just want to munch a little bit. I haven't had a chance to eat properly. Yeah, it's decent. It's taken me from the Battersea area to Knightsbridge, I believe. So just outside the zone. So I'm kind of flirting with it, but hopefully when I get there, I can get something that directs me back outwards. So after waiting patiently, we finally got a trip taking us from Sloane Street in Knightsbridge to the Chelsea area. It's only a short one, paying me £10 for a couple of miles. So let's get this in, and hopefully this is the start of many more trips to come in. So after completing my trip from Sloane Street to Chelsea, I then got a trip straight away from the Sloane area, and I've taken it now to the Pimlico area. Wasn't a great job, but I just thought it would be nice to keep myself busy. Alright, so we're in business. Just received a job from the Pimlico area going to Paddington. It's going to take me about half an hour, and in total I'm going to get paid about £14 for it, so it's not too bad. The Paddington area, and I've just picked up another trip. It's taking me to the Marylebone area, another short trip, paying me just under £9, but I'm going to do it because I believe this will take us to the £200 mark. So coming in thick and fast, I've just received another one which is from Marylebone Station going to Shepherd's Bush. 20-minute ride, paying £15, but it's chock-a-block around here, and I'm guessing that there's a problem with the tubes and stuff today as well. There was a weird route. So basically I picked this customer outside of the zone, and I dropped this customer outside of the zone again. But where I picked them up from, I had to quickly go in the zone to come out of the zone. So I'm hoping that you guys will forgive me for that. But I will deduct £1.50 off of the total, because that's how much Uber pays you for going in the zone. Received our 14th trip of the day, and I'm picking this customer up around the Shepherd's Bush area, and I'm taking them to Chiswick. In total, it's going to take up about 20 minutes of my time and pay me £16.50, which isn't too bad. The 16th trip of the day has just come in, and the pickup is in Chiswick, and it's taking us towards the Ladbroke Grove area. We'll bring our total up quite nicely actually, so I'm starting to get a little bit optimistic that we might be able to hit this target. So I've just accepted a short local trip, as you can see, taking me from the Marylebone area to the Paddington area. It's paying me just under £9, and it will only slightly bring our total up. To conclude, we've done a total of 17 trips, and we managed to achieve a total of £281. I believe that my best ride was my second to last trip, the executive that I picked up in Chiswick and stopped in Ladbroke Grove and then dropped off in Marylebone. And I think my worst trip, just simply because of the miles, was my fourth trip of the day, the executive trip I got from Wimbledon, which took me to roughly the Cobham area. It paid £40, but I didn't get a trip in that area. I had to drive back in, and it takes up a lot of miles. The first £100 we achieved was between the hours of 7:36 AM and 11:20 AM, a total of 3 hours and 50 minutes. And our second £100 was achieved between the hours of 2 PM and 5:20 PM, with a total duration of roughly 3 hours and 19 minutes. So in conclusion, I think that working out of the zone is not the worst idea. Obviously, taking into consideration it is a Friday, so possibly things were a lot busier than it would have been on the other days. However, I didn't expect to make this much within this amount of time. I did notice though was being outside the zone, I tend to have covered more miles because there's less traffic. However, when I came in town, it might have taken me slightly longer to cover a certain amount of ground, but I was covering less miles, so that's less wear and tear on your vehicle, particularly if you own your car. So that's something you could take into consideration. I hope you found this video useful, and as always, thanks for watching. And if you've already subscribed, thanks for subscribing, and I'll catch you in the next one.